Mandalakaram Vyaptan Yena Characharam Atpadam Darshitam Yena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Stavaram Jangmam Yatam Yatkinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Babaji Vyapya Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Sarvashruti Shiroratna Virajita Padam Bujaha Vedantam Buja Suryoya Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Yomatito Niranjana Bindunada Kalatita Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Jnana Shakti Samaruda Tattvamala Vibhushita Bhukti Mukti Pradata Cha Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Aneka Janma Samprakta Karma Bandha Vidayine Atma Jnana Pradhanena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Shoshanam Bhava Sindosha Jnapanam Sara Sampada Guru Padodakam Samyak Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Na Gururadhikam Tattvam Na Gururadhikam Tapaha Tattvajnanat Param Nasti Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Manata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Radhiranadisha Guru Paramadevatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidyadravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Vishwananda. Jaya Jaya Gurudeva. Jaya Jaya Gurudeva. Jaya Jaya Gurudeva. Jaya Jaya Gurudeva. He Gopeshwara, Jai Jagadishwara, Mata Pita Gurudeva. Shri 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 Gopeshwara, Jai Jagadishwara, Mata Pita Gurudeva. Jaya Jaya 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 Gurudeva. Mahadeva Sri Vishwananda. Mahadeva Sri Vishwananda. Mahadeva Sri Vishwananda. Mahadeva Sri Vishwananda. Jaya Jaya Gurudeva. 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 Shri Gopeshwara, Jai Jagadishwara, Mata Pita 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 Gurudeva. Jaya Jaya Gurudeva. Gurudeva, Jaya Jaya Gurudeva,
Mahadeva Sri Vishwananda,
Mahadeva Sri Vishwananda,
Jaya Jaya Gurudeva,
Jaya Jaya Gurudeva,
Jaya Jaya Gurudeva,
Jaya Jaya Gurudeva,
Sri Gopeshwara Jai Jagadishwara Mata Pita 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 Gurudeva,
Jaya Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Jaya Gurudeva.
Shishaya Namah, Om Ishamaya Namah, Om Nilakaya Samudyataya Namah, Om Sukshmatanave Namah, Om Chinmayaya Namah, Om Guru Murtaye Namah, Om Sundaraya Namah, Om Sulachanaya Namah, Om Sumukaya Namah, Om Charhastaya Namah, Om Keshavaya Namah, Om Padambujaya Namah, Om Mandagamanaya Namah, Om Charumbaradharine Namah, Om Ramaya Namah, Om Mandirastapakaya Namah, Om Shrivavarshakaya Namah, Om Gayatri Ajvale Namah, Om Arpana Svikarakaya Namah, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namah, Om Namo Narayanayeti Mantrapasakaya Namah, Om Swaramayaya Namah, Om Madhurakantaya Namah, Om Krishna Sankirtananulopaya Namah, Om Stotrapriyaya Namah, Om Mitabashine Namah, Om Vagmine Namah, Om Chitrakala Visharadaya Namah, Om Ratadharaya Namah, Om Sadave Namah, Om Jagatpantaya Namah, Om Sarvalokaitaya Namah, Om Bhaktapriyaya Namah, Om Surdaya Namah, Om Anukulaya Namah, Om Neyaya Namah, Om Sudarshanaya Namah, Om Bhaktavatsalaya Namah, Om Premamurtaye Namah, Om Shubhekshanaya Namah, Om Pritivardhanaya Namah, Om Swastidayakaya Namah, Om Tarakaya Namah, Om Anugrahaya Namah, Om Vardhanaya Namah, Om Architaya Namah, Om Artaya Namah, Om Siddhipradaya Namah, Om Janardhanaya Namah, Om Manoharaya Namah, Om Akshaya Namah, Om Siddheshwaraya Namah, Om Bhasmabhushitaya Namah, Om Atmalingaya Namah, Om Lingarchana Prasakaya Namah, Om Siddhisadhanaya Namah, Om Madhavaya Namah, Om Omkarapasakaya Namah, Om Sukshmaya Namah, Om Vishokaya Namah, Om Satvikaya Namah, Om Samadarshine Namah, Om Dakshaya Namah, Om Achintyaya Namah, Om Niramkaraya Namah, Om Nirmohaya Namah, Om Avyagraya Namah, Om Jitakrodaya Namah, Om Vinayashilaya Namah, Om Svavashaya Namah, Om Kushalaya Namah, Om Shamaya Namah, Om Satyadharmaya Namah, Om Nirvikalpaya Namah, Om Viraktaya Namah, Om Atindraya Namah, Om Satyasandaya Namah, Om Pavitraya Namah, Om Madhurasvabhavaya Namah, Om Suranandaya Namah, Om Nandanaya Namah, Om Prasanatmane Namah, Om Bhaktanidaye Namah, Om Sakshaye Namah, Om Samatmaye Namah, Om Sadayogine Namah, Om Haraye Namah, Om Sutapaya Namah, Om Saumyaya Namah, Om Goyaya Namah, Om Vimuktatmaya Namah, Om Gabiraya Namah, Om Guptaya Namah, Om Atmaramaya Namah, Om Srinivasaya Namah, Om Devaya Namaha, Om Jyotidaraya Namaha, Om Danyaya Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Duratikramaya Namaha, Om Gahanaya Namaha, Om Bhagavate Namaha, Om Harisharana Margadarshakaya Namaha, Om Kutasya Jagartakaya Namaha, Om Abhiprayaya Namaha, Om Sarvamata Samatyaya Namaha, Om Shamaikatabhavardakaya Namaha, Om Premavatara Sri Vishwananda Swami Namaha. Deva avantu no yato Vishnur vichakrame predivya sakta dhamabhi idam Vishnur vichakrame predani dade padam samudamasya pagum sure trini pada vichakrame Vishnur gopa adabhya ato dharmani dhyayene Vishnu karmani pashyata yato vritani paspashe indrasya yujasaka Tad Vishnu paramam padagum sada pashyanti suraya diveva chakshuratatam tad vipraso vipanyavo jagruvagum sasamindate Vishnuryat paramam padam. Premavataraaya vidmaye Satgurudevaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Premavataraaya vidmaye Satgurudevaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat. Om Premavataraaya vidmaye Satgurudevaya dhimahi Tano Vishwananda prachodayat. Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Yo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Yo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Yo Yo Na Prachodayat. Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketapare Narayana Achyuta Trivikrama Chakrapane Deityadri Sarjadhara Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam. Shri Rukmini Shabhavanasa Hare Murare Radesha Gopesha Surupa Brahmadi Vandya Shri Dvarakashraya Vaikuntha Pate Bhuvane Kramurte Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Dinakrite Kamata Rupa Varaha Murte Vikramaya Guhane Guru Rama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kalki Rupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Parat Paresha Damodara Jadarananda Kadari Shori Gopa Gopi Jana Samrita Dina Bando Gopi Jana Priya Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Radhi Shai Durgadi Patal Pasai Sarvaka Hitsanaka Shai Ramanga Shai Shri Gopa Mama Mrudu Talpa Sukadi Shai Gopa Vallabha Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kashyapantri Suganarada Gotamadi Brahmarshi Sangamani Sangava Bharateshu Ishtanti Deva Tava Darshana Bhagya Eto Gopala Sekara Hare Tava Suprabhatam Mandara Jadi Tulasi Dala Malika Jaye Maryani Anjali Pute Samudharanti Ishtanti Tvatpavata Dharatale Munidra Radha Manohara Hare Tava Suprabhatam Vedatrayam Pataki Gautama Kana Guya Gayanti Sadguna Gano Varada Savarga Sankirtayanti Tava Nama Kada Vishesha Shri Naradani Rashaya Tava Suprabhatam Govardhano Dharana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Suvesha Bhavadi Pota Trilokya Mohana Sumangala Divya Deva Shri Rukminisha Varada Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vatsa Shina Sharanagata Parijata Bhaktarti Vanjana Kripakara Dina Bando Didyanta Gayati Janapriya Divya Rupa Shri Nanda Gopa Tanaya Tava Suprabhatam Padmaksha Padma Mukha Padma Dhara Prameya Padmalaya Sraita Padma Nivasa Shori Padmo Bhavati Sura Sevita Pada Padma Padmadinata Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Vrindatale Viharanaya Mahendra Vanya Gandharva Darbharatinya Sudesha Rupa Chandrananaya Sita Chandana Lipna Deha Govinda Yadava Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Nanda Nandana Yashoda Kumara Jiya Mayanga Dina Davishoda Supushpahara Nilambudasu Sharira Rama Vihara Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vaishi Jambavati Satya Suganti Padra Shri Mitra Vindra Divasa Prabhu Putri Karyaye Tishtanti Divya Bhava Mektava Sevanardam Gopi Mana Priya Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Achyutananta Mukunda Shori Radha Manohara Janardana Chakrapane Namani Divya Manayurna Nisham Vadanti Brahmi Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Ye Patanti Arnisham Bhuri Kritam Mahapapam Shri Krishna Graha Hetuka Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Chintamani prakara satma sukalpa vriksha Lakshavriteshu surabhira vibalayantam Lakshmi sahasra shata samrama sevyamanam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Venum pavantam aravinda dalaya kaksham Paravatam samasitam buddha sundarangam Kandarpakoti kamaniya vishesha shobham Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Alora chandra kala sadvanamalya vamshi Ratnangaram pranaya keli kala vilasam Shamam trivangalilatam niyata prakasham Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Angani yasya sakalindriya viddimanti Pashanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti Ananda chinmaya sadujvala vigrahasya Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Advaitam achyutam anadim anantarupam Adyam purana purusham navayovanam cha Vedeshu durlabham adurlabham atma bhakto Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Panchastu koti satavatsara sampragamyo Vayoratapi manaso munipungamana Sopyasti yat prapadasinya vichintya tattve Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Ekopya sorachayatum jagadanta koti Yachakirasti jagadanta chayayadanta Mandantarasta paramanchayantarasta Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Yarpava bhavita diyo manujastateva Samprapta rupa manimasanayana bhushaha Sukteyameva nigamam pratitestuvanti Govindamani purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamani purusham tamaham bhajami Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibhavitavi Tabirya eva nijarupa taya kalavi Goloka eva nivasatya kilatma bhutto Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena Santa sadeva nigaleshu vilokayanti Yam shama sundaram achintya guna swarupam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Ramadi murti shukalani amena tishram Nana vataram karot bhuhaveshu kintu Krishna svayam samabhavat paramapumanyo Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Yasya prabha prabhavatu jagalanda koti Kotishna shesha vasudhadi vibhuti vinam Tat brahma nishkalam anantam shesha bhutam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Maya yasya jagadanda sadani sute Pregunya tad vishaya veda vitaya mana Sattva valam viparasattva vishuddha sattvam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Ananda chinmaya rasatmataya manashu Yagraninam pratipalam smaratam upedyam Lila itena bhuvanani jayatyaratram Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govinda Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Golokanamini jadam nitale chatasya Devi Mahesha Haridama Suteshu Teshu Tete Prabhavani Jaya Vihitaschayena Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Shri Siti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chaye Vayasya Bhuvanani Vibhanti Durga Vishana Rupama Vyasya Dachishta Tesa Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Shriram Yata Dali Vikara Vishesha Yoga Sanjayatena Itata Pratyagasti Keto Yasham Buddham Abhidata Samupeti Karya Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Dipachireva Hida Shantarama Vipenya Dipayate Vivita Hetu Samana Karma Yastatiyeva Isha Vishnu Taya Vivati Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Jakaranarnava Jadeva Jadisma Yoga Sribramananda Jagadanda Saroma Kupa Adhara Shakti Mavalamya Param Svamurti Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Yasveikanisha Sitakala Matavalamya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagarantanataha Vishur Mahansa Yasya Kala Vishesho Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Pasvanitatma Sakaleshu Nijeshu Teja Sviyam Priyat Prakatayat Pitat Vajra Brahmaya Esa Jagadanda Vidana Kata Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Yadpada Palavayuram Vinidaya Kurva Gante Pranama Samaye Sadanati Rajaha Srinam Riyantu Malayasya Jagatrayasya Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Agir Mahi Gaganamambu Marur Dishasya Kalastatatma Manasi Jagatrayani Yasmat Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishanti Yapcha Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Yachakshureshu Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Rashesha Teshaha Yasya Jayagramati Samrita Kala Chakro Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Dharmota Papani Jayasudha Pamsi Brahmadikita Patagavadayasta Jiva Yatatta Matra Vibhava Prakata Prabhava Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Yasvindra Gopa Matavendra Mahosva Karma Bandhana Rupa Palavajana Tanoti Karmani Nirati Kintu Shabhakti Bhajam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Yam Krodha Kama Sahaja Pranayadi Viti Vatsalya Moha Guru Gaurava Sevya Bhavai Sanchitya Rasya Sadishintanuna Purete Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Viraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadipurusham tamaham bhajami
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hiranyavarnamarinim Suvarnarajatasrajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jatavedo Mahavaha Tamaavaha Jatavedo Lakshmim Anapagaminim Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Gamashvam Purushanaham Ashvapurvamratamadhyam Prabodhine Shriyam Devi Mupakvaye Shirma Devi Jushata Kamso Smitam Hiranya Prakara Madram Jalantim Triptam Dharpayantim Padme Stitam Padmavarnam Tamiyopakvaye Shriyam Chandram Prabhasam Yashasa Jalantim Shriyam Loke Devajishtam Udaram Tam Padminimim Sharanamaham Prapadye Lakshmir Menasyatam Tvam Vrane Adityavarne Tapaso Dijato Vanaspatistava Vrikshota Bilvaha Tasya Palani Tapasanudaktu Maya Taraya Shabaya Lakshmi Upetumam Devasaka Kirtishamanina Saha Pradurbutos Mirashresning Kirtinitim Dadatu Me Shulpipasamalam Jeshtam Lakshmim Nashayam Yaham Abhutim Asamriddhim Cha Sarva Nirnudame Griyat Gandhadvaram Durardarsham Mitya Pushtam Karishinim Ishwarigam Sarva Bhutanam Tamiho Pakvaye Shriyam Manasakka Mamakutim Vachas Satyamashemahi Pashunam Rupamanyasya Mahishi Shayatam Yashaha Kartamena Prajabhuta Maisambhava Kardama Shriyam Vasayame Kule Mataram Padmamalini Apasrajantu Snigdhani Chiklitavasame Grihe Nicha Devi Mataram Shriyam Vasayame Kule Ardra Pushkarini Pushtim Suvarna Meva Malini Uryam Hiranmayim Lakshmi Jatavedo Mahavaha Ardram Yakkarini Yashvim Pingala Padma Malini Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmi Jatavedo Mahavaha Tamahavaha Jatavedo Lakshmi Manapagamini Yasyam Hiranyam Prabhutam Gavodhasyo Shvam Vindeyan Purushanaham Yashichi Prayato Bhutva Juhuyada Jamanvaham Suktam Panchadasharjam Chashikama Satatam Japet Padmam Priye Padmini Padmahasye Padmalaye Padmadalaya Takshi Vishwapriye Vishwamanorakole Tanpada Padmam Mai Sannidastva Mahadeviksha Vilmahe Vishwapanye Shadimahe Tando Lakshmi Prachodayate Om Shanti 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 Bhumir Bhumnadyo Varinantariksham Mahitva Upastete Devati Teknimannada Mannadhyayadade Ayango Krishnirakrami Dasanan Mataram Punaha Pitaram Chaprayam Suvaha Trigum Shaktam Avirajati Vakpatangaya Shishaye Pratyasya Vahadyubihi Asya Pranadapananyandascara Nirochana Yakyam Mahishasuvaha Yatva akrubdapparum vapamanyuna yadavartya sukalpamagne tattava punaskoti payamasi yatte mangyuparo tasya prithivī manuradvase aditya vishve tatteva vasavascha samaparam Mano jyotirdshatamajjam yachyannam yajñagam samimam dadatu Brihaspatistanutam mimam no vishve deva hyamadayanta Medini devi vasandara syad vasuda devi vasavi Brahma vajjasa pitranagam shodram chakshurmanaha Devi Hiranyagarbhini Devi Prasuvali Sadane Satyayane Sida Samudravati Savitri Ano Devi Mayangi Mahodarani Mahovatishta Shanghe Shanghe Yagne Yagne Vibhishani Indrapagni Vyapini Surasaliliha Vayumati Jalashayani Shriyangdaraja Satyando Parimedini Shoparinadam Barigaya Vishnupadni Mahi Devi Madhavi Madhavapriya Lakshmi Priyasaki Devi Namamachyata Vallabham Dhanodaraye Vidmahe Sarvasiddhyesha Dhimahi Tanno Naram Prachodayate Om Shanti 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 Neelam Devi Gum Sharanamaham Prapadye Grinahi Gritavati Savitarati Bhakyai Payasvati Rantirashano Astu Dhruvadisha Vishnu Padnyagora Seshana Sahaso Yamanota Brihaspatir Matarishvota Vayus Sangavana Vata Abhino Grananto Vishrambo Divo Daruna Prithivya Asyeshana Jagato Vishnu Padni Mahadevecha Vidmahe Vishnu Padnyesha Dhimahi Tanno Nila Prachodayat Om Shanti 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om
Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjala-shalakaya Chakshurun Melitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jagadev, good morning. So today we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 25, Verse 5. Vachalam bhalisam stapbhadam agnyam panditamaninam Krishnam martyam upasritya gopame chakshurapriyam. These cowherd men have acted inimically towards me by taking shelter of this ordinary human being, Krishna, who thinks himself very wise, but who is simply a foolish, arrogant, over-talkative child. Who might have said such a verse? So we are in Canto 10, 25, which speaks about the Govardhan Lila of Krishna. And obviously, such a verse can only be rendered by none other than Indra himself. Because somehow whenever we try to find a topic about arrogance or pride, we always somehow come across stories with Indra. Coincidence. And I chose this story today for a specific reason, to speak about a certain topic I spoke with somebody a few days ago. And this topic of arrogance and pride is such a huge thing on the spiritual path, right? We always somehow try often to ignore it, but it's always there, right? The ego is always there, the mind is always there, the pride is always there. And instead of facing it, often we try to run away from it. thinking it will just disappear. But facing it and focusing the mind in the right direction is ultimately the right solution. And so here in the story, we always know the story of Krishna and the Giridhari Lila. And the villagers, they used to pray to Indra for rain, so their crops grow, so the animals have food, the cows have food. But then Krishna tells them, why do you pray to Indra? There's no need to pray to demigods. It's their job, it's their duty to provide. So rather pray to Govardhan, who is providing all of this nutrients, all of this greenery, all of this life to the village and to the animals. So Indra obviously he gets very upset and very angry, and we all know how the story goes. He gives multitude of rain, storm, and thunder, and he gets enraged, and Krishna protects everyone, and everybody takes shelter under Govardhan and takes shelter with Krishna. And as it always goes, arrogance and pride cannot last. So eventually, Indra realizes his mistake, not seeing the Lord, and he gets humbled. And he comes begging for forgiveness. Isn't that what we always do also? We make the mistakes and we always come running to Guru, we always come running to the divine and asking for forgiveness afterwards. But that's what he's showing us here. Rather than keep making the mistakes, let's try and avoid them or face them before we make the mistakes. And especially as being humans, we always tend to be arrogant. We always tend to have this pride in us from childhood, from society, from whatever is being taught to us. And it doesn't matter if we do something great, if we don't do something great, if we do mistakes, even then the arrogance is there. Even if we do something wrong, we're too proud to admit our mistakes. So even if we don't do something right, we still have the pride to not even rectify our mistakes. And I think we can all relate to this. And so speaking with a friend a few days ago, we spoke about this topic, where does the root of this problem come from? Where does the root of this arrogance come from? And how can we ultimately avoid it, no? Instead of always falling into the same pitfalls over and over again. And we all know Guruji is very allergic, not only to kiwi and some other things, but he's very allergic to pride and arrogance, extremely allergic. And he smells it from a mile away. So whenever he can smell the pride, he leaves no moment out to cut the pride. I think some of us have very good experiences with that. And Guruji, I don't know if he enjoys it, but he definitely doesn't leave a chance out to cut out the pride. And so the question remains from the story of Indra, how can we transform this arrogance and this prideful mind to ultimately be humbled in the first place, to have this humble mindset in the first place without having to go through this stage of arrogance and pride and then being humbled? So the arrogance, as we know, it comes from the mind. It comes from the ego identity. So the reason why we have arrogance is because we have identification with the self. And if you turn this on the head, the ego arises and the identity with the self comes out stronger when we forget about the divine. When we don't focus on our sadhana, when we don't focus on the things that Guruji has taught us, when we forget about the divine and we focus more about ourselves than about the divine, about someone else, about someone higher than ourselves, then the I becomes stronger and stronger, and we tend to make more and more mistakes because we keep focusing on ourselves. And that's why Guruji focuses so much importance on doing our sadhana, on doing our pujas. That's what we keep doing every day. We're doing our pujas. He tells us, he himself, he keeps doing his japam, even if he has no need to do so. But he shows the example how important it is to chant the divine names non-stop. And rather to try to redirect the mind to have the right focus. Like the mind is a sponge. Whatever we give it, the more ego mindset we give it, the more stronger our ego is going to be. The more bad things we're going to feed the mind, the more negative we're going to be. So feed the mind with positivity. Feed the mind with service, with devotion, with longing for the divine. And the more that will also reflect in our actions. When Maya is removed, when this ego is removed, there is no space for being arrogant. There's no way we can be arrogant and prideful if Maya is removed from our mindset. And that's why the more we have to focus on our attention towards service, towards our sadhana. The actions and the thoughts must be focused on the divine. So Krishna also speaks obviously about this in the Bhagavad Gita, this famous verse in chapter 2 where he says that we have the right to perform our actions, but we don't have the right for the results, for the fruits of the action. And if we follow this verse to the word, there's no place in this verse that Krishna says here to have pride, because we can do our actions, but for the pride to arise, we need to accept the fruits also. So how often do we accept the fruits when we do something good? So if we really take this verse to heart, we must realize that there is no space in the Bhagavad Gita and in our life for having pride. There's no reason for having pride. It's all about serving Him to our level best. So what is the process? What should we be doing? As Guruji always says, focus on sadhana and on service. Really focusing on service and on the discipline of the service and why we serve. Too often we become complacent and we take our daily duties as just a job. But we need to remind ourselves that what we do here and what Krishna has given us, doesn't matter if it's in the ashram or outside in the world, it's not just a job. We need to see everything as a service to humanity, everything as a service to the divine. Whatever we offer to the divine is a service. And with this mindset, the possibility for the ego to rise is extremely minimal. And the more we focus on that, the more the focus will be on the divine. And through this mindset of service and the sadhana and the self-analysis, we develop this discipline, and the discipline to focus our mind, to feed the mind the right things, which ultimately leads to humility. There's no other way around this. And as in the end of the Bhagavad Gita says, once we go through this process, we can properly surrender. We can have the Sharanagati to the divine. And so we must go through this process. And it's not fast. We don't get everything directly. We have to be disciplined and consistent in our path. Doesn't matter if we're doing our japa for 5 years or 10 years, we still need to continue doing it. Because the mind, giving the mind a small trigger can involve all the negativity that we had in the past and keep coming back and back and back. So we need to keep focusing our mind, not just for a few years, but continuously. And Krishna again, he says in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 18:26, he says, one who performs his duty without association with the modes of material nature, without false ego, with the great determination and enthusiasm, and without wavering in success or failure, is said to be a worker in the mode of goodness. Here it says clearly that whenever we focus on the Lord, everything transforms. The more focus we give to the divine, he reflects our sadhana, what we surrender to him. And whenever in my experience with Guruji, when I don't have the right focus, when my focus or my mindset changes from serving him to serving myself, he reflected immediately in multiple facets. Either he ignores me or he reflects my intentions, my lack of focus in so many ways. And there's many experiences, but even in the most simple things, like when I drive with Guruji, and he sits next to you, he's literally the most annoying, how do you say, co-pilot that you can have, if you want to see it in that way. Because he leaves no chance out to give any comments on your driving skills, on the directions you make, and then you take the wrong turn, or you took the right turn according to navigation, but according to Guruji was the wrong turn. And it doesn't matter what it is. He just tries to trigger you over and over again and see. It doesn't matter if it's internally or externally if you react to it, because he will know. And even if you keep quiet and internally you're like, oh, Guruji, not again. Or like, you can tell me how to drive, but I know you can't really drive better. So he keeps noticing these thoughts, right? It doesn't matter if you keep externally expressing these things or not. And when we're driving off with Guruji, it's kind of funny because I'm more the internal guy, so I've sometimes come up these thoughts internally. And for Aniruddha, sometimes it happens to be externally more than internally. So the reaction's always very funny. In one way, I'm in the backseat, the observer, and on the other way, I'm in the next to him, I'm the internal observer. So it's kind of really funny to observe these moments. But Guruji keeps trying to trigger and see if we really focused on ourselves and see how we are better. We know how it's got done, how it's not done. But we're really trying to. What we're saying is we don't let you guide us, but we know what's the way. We know ourselves where to go, and it's just the foolishness and the arrogance that we have. And he keeps triggering us until it's fully overcome, and there's no trace of this ego left. And our mind keeps rebelling against these stupid, simple things that we need to often we oversee, but they keep repeating themselves because we don't see them and we ignore them. Another thing is talking back to Guruji, which is one of the reasons why I try to keep silence. Because even if you're talking back to Guruji, if you do it internally, often it has a different reaction outwardly. So another thing, to always focus and bring the focus back on serving rather than on justifying yourself and making yourself always be right. Because ultimately it's absolutely not important if you're right or not. That's not what he's trying to teach. So it's always easy to judge. Doesn't matter if you're the one in the firing line or not. But what I found the most beautiful is always to see other people in the firing line. Because firstly, you're not in trouble, but you have the most opportunity to learn from someone else's mistakes without being yourself in the firing line. And if you try to develop this attitude of, instead of judging someone else who's being accused or being taught a lesson, you yourself have always, if you're the one watching, you always have something to learn from that as well. And so try to learn from others, from other mistakes, from others' greatness, not only from the lessons that someone has to learn, but try to learn from others. That's why Guruji focuses so much on the sanghas, on the power of the sangha, because we can learn and grow so much faster together because we can learn from each other. And we often forget this in the routines of our seva, in the routines of our own mindsets and of our own dramas that we have going on. But this is a great reminder that we need to keep the focus on him first, and everything else will fall suit. To conclude, there's two more verses I want to mention. The understanding of the true self, and there's ultimately also the answer to the beginning of this question, where he says, the soul, the Atma, is eternal and beyond the body. Pride is rooted in the identification of the body, status, or material achievements. When one realizes their true identity as the soul, beyond the temporary ego and the body, pride dissolves. Jai Gurudev.
Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Yato yato yami tato narasimho.
Yato yato yami tato narasimho.
Oh yato yato yami tato narasimho.
Yato yato yami tato narasimho.
Bahi narasimho, hridaye narasimho.
Bahi narasimho, hridaye narasimho.
Bahi narasimho, hridaye narasimho.
Bahi narasimho, hridaye narasimho.
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye.
Tavakara Kamalavare Nakamaduta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubrinam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Deyo Jagadisha Hare Deyo Jagadisha Hare Deyo Jagadisha Hare Abhakara Kamalavare Nakamaduta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubrinam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Deyo Jagadisha Hare Deyo Jagadisha Hare Deyo Jagadisha Hare Deyo Narasimha Dev Deyo Narasimha Dev Narasimha Dev Deyo Narasimha Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Bhakta Svarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Bhakta Svarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Oh Gurudev, Gurudev,
Gurudev Shri Vishwananda Gurudev.
bolo, Rama bolo, bolo bolo Ram. Rama bolo, Rama bolo, bolo bolo Ram. Rama bolo, Rama bolo, bolo bolo Ram.
Rama bolo, Rama bolo, bolo bolo Ram.
Rama bolo, Rama bolo, bolo bolo Ram.
Rama bolo, Rama bolo, bolo bolo Ram.
Sita bolo, Sita 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 bolo, bolo bolo Ram.
Hanuman bolo, Hanuman 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 bolo, bolo bolo Ram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
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 Rama bolo, Rama bolo, bolo bolo Ram.
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 Sita bolo, Sita 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 bolo, bolo bolo Ram.
Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo, bolo bolo Ram.
Hanuman bolo, Hanuman
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram,
Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram.
Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Rama bolo, 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 Ram.
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 Sita 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 bolo, 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 Ram.
Hanuman 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 bolo, 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 Ram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangalame. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangalame.
Saligrama Pratisthitaya Mangala Mangalame.
Saligrama Pratishthitaya Mangala, Mangalame.
Tridangadarine Godagrajaya Mangala Mangalame.
Tridangadarine Godagrajaya Mangala, Mangalame.
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame. Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangalame. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangalame.
Rangesha Kenkayarataya Mangala Mangalame.
Rangesha Kenkayarataya Mangala, Mangalame.
Mananataya Dharini Dharaya Mangala Mangalame.
Mananataya Dharini Dharaya Mangala, Mangalame.
Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame. Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangalame.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangalame. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangalame.
Mangala Mangalame. Jai Lakshmi Mata, Meya Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Tumako Nishadina Sevata, Tumako Nishadina Sevata, Ara Vishnu Vedata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Umarama Brahmani, Tumai Jagamata, Meya Tumai Jagamata, Surya Chandra Madhyavata, Surya Chandra Madhyavata, Narada Rishi Gata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Durga Rupani Ranjani Sukha Sampati Data, Meya Sukha Sampati Data, Jogoi Tumako Javata, Jogoi Tumako Javata, Riddhi Siddhi Dhanapata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Tuma Patala Nivasini, Tumai Shubhadata, Meya Tumai Shubhadata, Karma Prabhava Prakashini, Karma Prabhava Prakashini, Pamalini Kidrata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Visagara Mentum Arati, Sabasa Gunata, Meya Sabasa Gunata, Sabasam Bhava Ojata, Sabasam Bhava Ojata, Mananim Gabarata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Tuma Vinayajnana Ote, Vastrana Koi Pata, Meya Vastrana Koi Pata, Kana Panaka Vei Baba, Kana Panaka Vei Baba, Sabatuma Seata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Subhaduna Mandira Sundari Shiro Dadi Jata, Meya Shiro Dadi Jata, Ratna Chatura Dasha Tumabina, Ratna Chatura Dasha Tumabina, Koi Nahi Pata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Mahalakshmi Ji ki Arat, Jo koi jana gata, Meya jo koi jana gata, Purananda Samata, Purananda Samata, Papa Uttara Jata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Meya Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Tumako Nishadina Sevata, Tumako Nishadina Sevata, Hara Vishnu Vidata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Meya Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Tumako Nishadina Sevata, Tumako Nishadina Sevata, Hara Vishnu Vidata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata, Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhu Saka Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Govida Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति 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 श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम। दिन से बोलो श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की, श्री भुतभृतेश्वरनाथ श्री माँ भगवान की, श्री राधा कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की, महावतार बाबा जी की, श्री रमनुजाचार्य की। दिन से बोलो सतगुरुदेवा श्री स्वामी विश्वानंद महाप्रभु की। कृष्णाय गोविंदाय गोपीचन वल्लभाय पराय परम पुरुषाय पारकार्ममात्रयन्त तंत्र औषधास्त्र शस्त्राणि समराय समरा मृत्योर्मोचाय मोचाय। ओम नमो भगवते मासुदर्शनाय दीप्ते ज्वलाप्रिताय सर्वदीक्षुमना ओम परस्मै परब्रह्मणे परम ज्योतिषे स्वाहा। ओम शांति 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 श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम। जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे। श्याम वेंकटरमण गोविंदा गोपिका जीवन स्मरणं गोविंदा भक्तवत्सला गोविंदा पुंडलीक वरदे एकनाथ नामदेव पंढरीनाथ महाराज की समस्त भक्त मंडली की अलवारे परमना तिरुवरिकलये शरणा।